concerned. But is there any revival in the demand for residential real estate? Let's figure out how it is coping in the southern part of India and how it's shaping up and what companies have in store for that market. We have with us Mr. Suresh Kris, who is the CFO of Brigade Enterprises, to discuss their new launches and the demand environment in the southern part of the country. Thanks a lot for joining us, Mr. Kris. The last time you spoke to us, you indicated that you're seeing a revenue growth, or you project a revenue growth of about 30 to 35% in FY16. We're 2 months into that year. How do you think it has been so far?
That is for the year 15, that is financial year, I would say 14-15, the growth for Brigade was 38% over the previous years, and in terms of profit it is around 29%. As we have indicated, we have crossed the again 30-35%, and in the same manner minimum growth for the financial year 15-16 could be more than 30-35%, because a lot of unrecognized revenue is also still there, again based on the sales and again based on the expenditure to be incurred for this year. We think that we'll be able to have a growth of more than about 30-35% even for this year. And as regards the demand is concerned, last year we have done about 2.8 million square feet overall compared to 2.6 million square feet in the previous year. And this also goes more than about 30-35% definitely during this financial year.
Okay. In one of your interactions, you indicated that some delays in approvals resulted in lower launches, especially in the quarter gone by. Going forward for FY16, what will be your key launches and the total size of launches? We have actually planned for about 7.7 million square feet for this year, out of which around 6.1 million square feet only on residential space, which we will be able to launch during this financial year. Most of them we have approval in place, and some of them are in advanced stage. And again, based on the market and the pricing, we will be able to launch those projects during this year. Even for the previous year, even though we have told around 7.5 million is the total, I would say overall, about 6.28 million square feet has been launched during the previous year, that is 14-15. Okay, so just to get the numbers right, you see total launches at 7.7 million square feet, which includes 6.1 million square feet of residential sales for, for residential for FY16.
Right.
You are right.
Okay.
Could you also give us a sense of what the bookings so far have been for your luxury project, Panorama, that is, and also what are the plans going forward for your hospitality segment, because we saw that as a big outperformer in FY15.
When you see the, I would say, a project Brigade Panorama, even though it is, you may say that it is a luxury, it is a mid-segment, you can call it as. And the bookings overall is fantastic. Even during the launches, we have a very good demand, and maximum has been sold out as of date, and we have also increased the prices a bit onto this. And on the front of the hospitality, we have about 3 projects which are on, I would say, construction, apart from 2 operating hotels. And these 3 will be operational in about 2 years' time, out of which 2 may come during the end of this year. But again, onto the revenue part, definitely those 2 hotels will go and contribute to the top line in 16-17.
Okay. You've indicated, Suresh, that you have a lot of unrecognized revenue. What would be the total unsold inventory that you have currently on your books?
Out of total ongoing launched project of about 14.5 million, we have sold around 8 million square feet. So balance 6.5 million square feet is the unsold. And when you see the total unrecognized revenue, including the unsold stock, it could be around 5,700 crores.
All right. What on your debt position then, Suresh? Because the last quarter or the last second half of FY15, we saw a sharp rise in your debt on account of capex for your commercial office space. And you did indicate earlier to us that once that is monetized, you can pay debt to the tune of about 1,000 crores. So how in line are we with that target?
Actually, we had a book debt, it's a book debt of about 1,200 crores. That is mainly account of the capex as well as some of the land purchases which we have done, which is a significant amount. And we wish to keep about 1:1. And there is, during the last financial year, it was 0.94 was the I would say debt equity ratio. Larger portion of the debt is for the I would say operating commercial and hospitality project, which is called LRD. And about 40% is towards the I would say residential portion. That is 0.4 is the debt for the residential portion. And again, going forward, we wish to keep about again 1:1 for the year. But again, during this year, it may go up also because of some good land parcels we may end up in purchasing during this year. Of course, we have the capex project also, ongoing capex project also, which is there. Once these are all coming to the again revenue recognition, especially onto the lease rental like this, obviously the total debt level may come down, because we may wish to some of the assets we may wish to monetize also. That is to bring down the debt.
Any asset that you are looking to monetize in particular?
We have about 1.2 million square feet which are ongoing, which is our portion, which may come up during this year, maybe the end, I would say end of this quarter, to the lease rental revenues, and about 20-25% may come during next year. Out of this, we may think of again monetizing it if required.
Okay, one final question.
Not on the existing portfolio. Sorry, not on the existing portfolio of about 1.63 million. We have the leased portion. We are not thinking of that now.
You indicated that you want to maintain your debt to equity at 1:1, but just in the near term it could go up marginally, because that is because the company is considering acquisition of some land purchases. Any detail when you're likely to announce the size and the deal size?
Normally during our quarter we used to announce in our investor presentation also what are the lands which we have acquired and to the extent land bank details, etc. During that period, definitely it will come out.